All right. So we're here, right, to do a yoga practice. What does yoga mean? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the word translates to?
Union?
Union. Yeah, union. Yeah, if you look in like a Sanskrit dictionary, the word yoga has a lot of different meanings. It's like one of like I think the Sanskrit words that has like maybe like the most like different ways you could sort of translate or energetically kind of riff on it. But essentially for what I think a yoga student is doing is the word can be understood as union, but union in the sense of like, what does union mean, right? Union means this idea of joining and of coming together. So important to remember that a lot of what we're doing here, whether you want to wrap it up in mantra or posture or whatever, is we're learning to be in relationship. That's like really what we're practicing, is learning to be present, right, with whatever is coming into our experience. We've been studying in yoga study classical yoga, which is a psychological treatise. It's like it's different than that form of yoga is not really about posture or anything that we pull a lot from a much different tradition. We pull from hatha yoga, but in classical yoga, one thing that's so great is it directly addresses relationship in its first sort of teaching, which is yama, and this ability to come into sort of relationship with the things around us. And the first yama, there's five practices about how we come into relationship, and the first one is non-harming, right, ahimsa. The second one is with honesty. The third one is with it's called ashteya. It means non-stealing. So can we come into relationship and not exploit or take advantage of? The fourth one is brahmacharya, meaning right action, good boundaries, right? Tough. And then the fifth one we talked about today is aparigraha, which means non-accumulation, non-attachment. And I think that that's all of these, we could talk about at length. You should come to yoga study, we do. But there are good things to consider. And our yoga mat is a really good place for us to just be more aware, or maybe be more accountable of how we show up in relationships, specifically, right, in this context with our body. So today, and I want to kind of stay to this idea of non-attachment or non-accumulation of karma, and seeing if we can just be open, right, to these postures without expectation. That's so difficult. You've done them so many times. Can you do the poses today without expectation, without performance, right? And see when we sort of let go of expectation, if that opens up new knowledge, or maybe even new possibility for a relationship with the posture. Maybe today you don't hate Uttanasana. Maybe that's in the past, right? You don't know unless you can practice the parigraha, right? Non-attachment. All right, let's see what happens. I'm glad we're all here. If you aren't already there, let's get on the mat. I guess I should introduce myself too, in case we don't know each other. If you're new to me, I'm Emily. This is Colin. Colin is amazing and is going to be our yoga body model. So if you need a visual demonstration in class today, go ahead and look up Colin. We'll demo all the poses. All right. Go ahead and let go of your screen. Let go of me for a minute. Take a moment just to land in your space. Maybe look around. Let's take just 3 or so breaths here. Start to sense, right, your own experience. And if it feels good, you can close your eyes. Otherwise, you're welcome to soften your gaze, relax your brow, right? And with your awareness, just like a spotlight, right? The same way a spotlight can light up a stage or a theater, take your awareness and start to notice, right, your seat. However you're sitting and whatever you're sitting on, start to notice the relationship, right? The union between you and whatever is supporting you. You might give yourself just a little bit more space here to be curious. Maybe ask yourself, right, how do I feel? What do you notice about this moment? And as always, as you become curious and start to open up, right, into your practice, take a moment from where you are, from your ground, from your sense of self, right, from your satya, your truth, to become aware, open up to each other, even though we're in different places and we're all in different parts of the path. Just remember that we're all here together. We're going to do this hour of, radical energy work together. Remember that you're not alone. And let's unite, right? Union with each other with the seed sound of Om. And take a nice full breath in and a breath out. Inhale, prepare for Om. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Let's begin with a grounding posture. For you, that might look like staying in a seat. You might like to lay down. I'll offer Balasana, the child's pose, coming onto your knees. Spread them nice and wide. Bring your big toes to touch. And sink your hips back. Maybe reach your arms forward. Rest your forehead down. Again, right away as you settle, let your awareness act like a spotlight. Notice all the places between you and the floor. And we'll spend about a minute here, right, cultivating our pranayama practice, right, our breath practice. Ujjayi, little hug at the back of your throat. Inhale through your nose. Seal your lips, exhale through your nose. And take a few rounds just like that on your own. Noticing the sound of your breath, right? Feeling maybe the way the breath moves and the posture, where it meets places of opening and stretch, where it meets compression. And as always, this is truly the foundation of what we're going to do for the rest of our time together, right? In Vinyasa, we move breath to posture. So if at any point you need rest, if you feel short of breath, if you need variation, all those things get to be right and good, right? Really push and pull on the offering in whatever way feels most appropriate for you today. Right? Breathe and just do your best. Let's find each other. Nice big breath in. Breath out. Next few breaths, we'll transition to tabletop. So child's pose, hinge forward. It might feel good to give your hips or your legs a little stretch after that. If you're on your back or in a seat, take your time. We're going to come meeting hands and knees, right? Shoulders, elbows, wrists stack, hips over knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide and start by actively shifting your body weight back and forth. And feel, right, when you feel your body weight kind of come into your hands, right? You're going to feel that pressure. You're going to feel the pressure in your arms. When you feel that pressure, see if you can give it a little push. Just push gently back into your mat when you feel that pressure. And we'll start to come back through a neutral tabletop position. Inhale through cow pose, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, cat pose, press into the mat, dome the shoulders, gaze back at your thighs. Inhale for cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Right, that ujjayi breath. Inhale fills you up. Exhale, cat, dome, and round it back. Take a few more rounds here on your own, right? So this first vinyasa, really flowing breath movements. If you want to add different movements or pause in the shape for a few breaths, you're welcome to. Give yourself a little space here to explore. Next few breaths here. We'll start to come back through neutral tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, hips up and back for down dog. Lots of free movement, just warming up here. Maybe paddle out your feet, bend your knees. I always like to take a couple moments to really intentionally connect to the sense of sight, right? Maybe open up your eyes and look around. However your quality of vision is, just let yourself kind of be upside down in your environment. From here, you can really press through your palms, nice and strong through your arms. Generous bend in your knees just for a moment, right? Relax your hamstrings as you lift your tailbone high up and back. Right, from there, you can find a little bit of length through your legs, maybe drop your heels down, but as always, they never need to touch. Inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, scorpion dog. Bend your knee, sole of your foot comes in towards your sit bones, and just a couple breaths, let it be yours, right? Again, no expectation. Notice where things become habitual or ritualistic in your practice too. There's nothing wrong with that, but just be open to maybe things being different today if they need to be. Right, press nice and strong through your hands, feel your shoulders level out. We'll take one more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, scorpion dog, and breathe, same thing. Okay. What if you have never done this posture ever in your life? What would you notice about it? Let's take one more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, look forward. Exhale, step forward for Ragdoll Uttanasana. Spread your feet hip width distance. You can let your knees be super soft here. Belly soft, head and neck soft. Now grab your elbows. You're welcome to stay just like this, or maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. Take a shoulder expansion. This action is going to come up a little bit later in class as well. So if it feels like maybe you'd want to grab a scarf or a sock or something that you would use to bind, you might actually want to grab that. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of class. And take one more breath in. And exhale, release, forward fold. Take a moment to choose your feet for sun salutations. You can toe heel them to touch or bring them underneath your hips. Good, nice generous bend in your knees, please. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold, hips up, head low. Again, bending the knees. Inhale for halfway lift, lengthening. Exhale to fold. One more, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Keep a bend in your knees, unfurl, and take a few breaths to press yourself all the way to standing upright. And bring your shoulders up and back. Let yourself settle. Take a breath. We'll come into Samastitihi, equal in all sides standing pose through all four corners of your feet. Relax your shoulders back and down and turn your palms to face forward. You might give yourself an energetic offering here. You might close your eyes or bring your hands to your heart. A way to just kind of open up right into your intention. So as you settle here, as always, validating, right? Whatever is actually happening. Give yourself permission to feel your body, your emotions, maybe your mental activity. And your intention for coming to class this morning. Remind yourself what inspires you to practice. What are you working on? And if you want to follow along today, maybe practicing, right? Maybe taking the rest of this movement practice to kind of cultivate the spirit of, non-attachment, no expectation, right? Where do our beliefs about what is and isn't possible for us, where does it help us and where does it hinder us, right? Because it's not good or bad or right or wrong, just staying open and curious. Let's see what's possible today, right? Let's take a big breath in and a breath out. Relax your arms down by your sides, flutter your eyes open, sun salutation A. Inhale for Urdhva Hastasana, arms up pose. Right away, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, hinge at your hips, bend your knees as much as you like. Inhale for halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back for Dandasana, the high plank pose. Looks like top of a push-up. And breathe, right? Set it up. Top of a push-up, shoulders, elbows, wrists stack. You can come to your forearms or your knees. Wherever you are, push the ground away. We'll take one more breath in, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way, elbows in for Chaturanga. Inhale is upward facing dog or cobra. Flip your toes, pull your heart forward and up. Exhale, press downward facing dog, hips up and back. Good, and take a couple breaths to feel, to notice. Let yourself settle. We're gonna flow through that sun salutation 2 more times, breath to posture. And then I'll just start to add on layers into our flow. So keep your ears open, right? Class will move quickly. Always trust yourself, your body, your practice. They're always going to be your best teachers. Make this whatever you need it to be today. As always, most importantly, just breathe, stay open, right? And do your best. Here we go. One body, one breath, one entity for each other. Look forward, take a breath in. Exhale, step, hop, float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga, step or jump. Inhale, up dog or cobra if you're taking it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, look forward. Exhale, top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva, breath pulls you all the way up. Exhale, fold, ride the breath all the way back down. Inhale for halfway. Exhale, Chaturanga, high plank to low plank or skip it. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a full breath in and a breath out. All right, we're gonna add on a little bit. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for halfway. Here's where it's different. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left leg back to a low lunge, right? So right foot is forward. We're gonna set up for warrior one. So back heel is gonna root down 45 degrees, lift your chest, arms up, and breathe. Good. And just take a couple moments here to pause, right? You might bring your hands to your hips for a moment, like ground nice and strong, right? Feet underneath your hips. Right? And then as always, right, you might bend in and out of your front knee, really press your back foot down. We're gonna do this pose quite a few times today. So let your anatomy, right, kind of give you some feedback for a moment. Sometimes it takes a minute to connect, really feel inside of your foundation. No need to walk a tightrope here, right? Get your feet underneath your hips. If it feels intense in your back leg, if anything feels like it's twisting, experiment, right? Make your stance shorter, make it a little bit wider. It's a warrior pose, so it should feel boss, right? You should feel like ready to look whatever you need to look at right in the face. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your hands, frame your right foot. Good, listen here. Inhale for cow lunge, please. Dip your knee, lift your chest. Exhale for cat lunge and pause. Just a couple breaths. And opening up into the belly of that right hamstring. Let your spine round. And take one more full breath in. Good, exhale, low lunge, rebend into the right knee. Left hand's gonna stay where it is. Inhale your right arm up and open to twist. If you wanna come down to your back knee for more support, you're welcome to. And kind of bring your bandha into it if you haven't already. Bring your navel up and in, nice and strong through your belly as you twist your right shoulder here up and open. We'll take one more breath in. Good, exhale, low lunge, plant your right hand. Good, inhale, prepare, look forward. Exhale, step forward, left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, all the way up. Good, exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right leg back, low lunge and pause. So left foot is forward this time. back heel down 45 degrees. Inhale for warrior one. Lift your chest, bring your arms up. Good, and pause, adjust your stance. Just checking in with what feels stable and rooted for you today. Right, that nice strong bend in your front knee. Right, as your knee moves over your left ankle, can you still feel your left thigh bone kind of pull back in the hip socket, the right hip pull forward? Warrior one's a little bit of a back bend, so let your chest lift. We'll take one more breath in here. Good. Exhale, low lunge. Hands plant and frame the left foot. Inhale for cow lunge. Dip the knee, look up. Good. Exhale, cat lunge. Couple breaths here, a few breaths. Work towards lengthening and just finding that nice, good back body stretch. Ujjayi. Let's find one more full breath in. Exhale, low lunge, rebend into the left knee. Right hand stays rooted. Inhale, left arm twist up and open, pause, strong through your belly, right? Option to do this differently on this side. Be open to how it wants to express. Breathe into that big wingspan. We'll take one more full breath in. Exhale, low lunge, left hand plants. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold. Listen, bend your knees, sit nice and low. Inhale for Uttanasana, the fierce pose. Lift your chest, arms up, and breathe. Right, sitting back and low. Right, finding that flare of your tail. Lift to the chest. One more full breath in. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga. High to low, or meet us in down dog. Inhale, back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. All right, we're gonna start to build into a peak wave. I'm pretty stoked on it. I think it's gonna be cool. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. No expectation though, right? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, fierce pose. That's your breath in. Reach up. Good. Exhale, fold. Ride your breath right back down. Inhale for halfway. And exhale, plant your hands. Left leg steps back, low lunge. So right foot is forward. Inhale is that warrior one. Back heel is down. Lift your chest, arms up, and pause. So when we flow, this is your inhale, right? You're gonna feel that strong, rooted left leg, right? Take a breath in. Exhale is warrior two to the back. So turning all the way around, this time your left toes are gonna be, pointing towards the short edge of the mat. You might need to adjust your stance, bend in and out of your knee, whatever you need to do to kind of warm up into what your legs need. And pressing nice and strong through your back heel. Again, arms out, right? Warrior poses, right? That fierce gaze, right? Inhale, straighten just your front knee. Exhale, triangle. So bump your hips back, left arm down, right arm up. Right? Letting yourself kind of work into this twist. Right rib or right hip down, right shoulder up and open. Good. Now, kind of imagining, right? You have all these helium balloons in your right hand, strong through your belly. Inhale for high pyramid, right? Lift your chest, palms touch. Good. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold and pause. And take a couple breaths here just to shake it out. Maybe give yourself a twist or a wiggle. Again, notice maybe what's possible. Maybe try something a little bit different today. Right, and in the spirit here of no expectations, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I've tried to do this before, so right, let's just be open and see what happens. Become aware of your left foot. Your left foot is gonna stay just like that, right? The inhale is a half lift. Exhale, warrior lunge to the right. So left foot stays, but your right foot turns towards the back of the mat, right? So your hands are still on the mat. You haven't lifted your chest. So I'll just do that again really quick. It'll be a halfway lift, right? Left foot's gonna stay. Exhale, just the right foot. You can bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. We're gonna call this warrior lunge. So just take a minute to check that out in your own body. Maybe look back at your left foot. It's still down on the ground. Your legs are basically like in warrior two, but your hands are on the floor, okay? Right hand is gonna stay right in front of your right foot. Inhale for side angle pose. Left arm lifts and breathe. If you want to lift your chest up and bring your elbow to your knee, you can do that, right? Your choice. But a moment just to sort of land. It's a nice deep twist. This is one more breath in here. Listen. Exhale, warrior two. So on the exhale, push yourself up, lift your chest, arms out, and pause. Everything about that transition is weird. We almost always inhale into a warrior two. We're doing it from an exhale, right? Just let yourself settle in. Let your right foot land, right? You've already done warrior two on the other side, so settle in on this side, right? Shoulders over your hips, look over your right hand, right? Inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm down, right arm up, pause. Stay low in the lunge. Let your right rib cage open up. We'll take one more breath in like you're gonna touch the ceiling. Exhale, Chaturanga. Cartwheel the hands, flow Vinyasa, rinse it out. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Uttanasana, the fierce pose. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands. This time, right leg steps back. Low lunge, so left foot is forward. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Good. And pause, right? You've already done this posture on both sides, but just kind of feel into that transition and find your alignment, right? So you're in warrior two to the back of your mat. Your right foot is forward. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Exhale for triangle, Trikonasana, and pause. Letting yourself balance here and landing here in this twist. Left hip down, left rib cage up and open. Ujjayi. We're here just for 3. High pyramid in 2 and 1. Lift your chest, palms touch, breathe in. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Parallel your feet, wide-legged forward fold. All right, so that transition is going to come up next. So just a moment to identify your right foot. It's going to stay as it is. And you're going to kind of move into warrior 2 feet. So inhale for halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, warrior lunge to the front. So left foot pivots, hands are on the inside of the left leg, right? Left hand stays. Inhale, side angle, right arm reaches and pause. Weird transition. So just let yourself sort of settle in, figure it out. You might bring your left elbow to your knee, right? This is the breath in. Exhale, warrior 2, push, lift your chest. Good. One more inhale to reverse. Right arm down, left arm up, and we will pause here. Settle back into that lunge. Let your fingertips touch the ceiling. One more breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga. Rinse it out. Nice. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. We're going to flow that one more time. Breath to posture. Here we go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale for halfway Ardha. Exhale, plant your hands. Left leg steps back. Low lunge. Inhale, warrior 1, reach up. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back. Inhale, straighten your front knee or your left knee. Exhale, triangle, Trikonasana. Good. Inhale for high pyramid. Breath pulls you up. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale for halfway lift, lengthen. Good. Exhale, warrior lunge to the front. Right foot turns. Right hand inside. Inhale, side angle, open. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, right leg steps back, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one, Veerabhadrasana. Exhale, warrior two to the back. Inhale, straighten the right knee. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, high pyramid. Exhale, Prasarita. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, warrior lunge to the front. Left foot turns, left hand inside. Inhale, side angle. Push, exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, Chaturanga, high to low. Inhale is up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, pedal it out. Give yourself a moment to sense, to track, to land. We're gonna do it one more time. Couple add-ons, right? Here we go. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, and pause. Interlace all 10 fingers behind your back, right? Or maybe grab a scarf or a sock, right? Option to stay just like this, really pulling your fists down, or option to come onto your tippy toes, spike your heels, and breathe. Ujjayi. We're here just for 3. Forward fold, chest expansion in 2, and 1. Drop your heels, bow forward, and rinse that out. Release your bind. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left leg back, low lunge. Good. Inhale, warrior one, Veerabhadrasana, and breathe. Right? Option to stay here in warrior one, nice rich Ujjayi breath. Or again, interlace your fingers behind your back. Nice and strong through your legs. You might kind of push, punch your fists down, right? Work into that back bend. Or if you like, we'll work into Boundikasana. So right leg is your base. We'll take a full breath in. Exhale, kick up, left leg lifts, and breathe. Good. Keep reaching your fists behind you. Bring your body in that capital T shape. We're here for 3. Warrior 1 and 2, and 1. Step way back. Inhale for warrior 1, right back into our flow. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, high pyramid. Exhale, Prasarita. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, warrior lunge to the front. Right hand stays inside. Inhale, side angle, open up. Exhale, push, warrior 2, up. Inhale, reverse. Good. Exhale, low lunge and pause. Bring your hands back to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot up and out. You can come down to your back knee, untuck your toes. Lizard's lunge. So we'll have kind of a big hip moment here for a few breaths. You're welcome to stay on your hands, maybe come down onto your forearms, but try to find an edge that feels sustainable, because we're gonna work a few layers here. Okay, so option to stay here in lizard, or right, just layer by layer, no expectation, right? Let's just see what else is possible, right? Maybe stay just like this, or re-engage your back leg, right? So the left leg is long, you tuck your toes under, left knee up off the mat. So you're in this kind of high lizard lunge, right? So that's another thing that you can do. Or maybe see what happens when you bring your right arm, identify your right arm and bring it underneath your right leg, right? You might just sense there for a moment, right? That connection of the back of your arm to your knee. Keep pushing your feet strong into the mat, right? Maybe you stay here, right? See what happens when maybe you bring just your left arm out to the side. Yeah, maybe you bring your right arm out too. There's a bookshelf in my way. Maybe you stay there, maybe you interlace your fingers behind your back, right? Your choice. Breathe into it. We're here just for 3. Low lunge in 2, and 1. Binds, release. Take your time, everyone. Frame your right foot. Listen here. Last little push. Inhale, right leg kicks up. Exhale, scorpion. A couple breaths. If you want to flip your dog, you can flip it. Your choice. Just a couple moments. Let your right leg be strong. Take one more breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga or downward facing dog, your choice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Last side, y'all. We're almost done. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, Uttanasana, fierce pose and pause. Stay or interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. Right? Maybe you stay there. Maybe you spike your heels. Maybe you stay for a few breaths, or you come into a forward bend, your choice. We're gonna stay just for 3. Forward fold, chest expansion in 2, and 1. Bow forward, rinse it out. Good, release your bind, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, right leg steps back, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 1. Good, exhale, interlace all 10 fingers behind your back and pause, right? Option to stay just like this or Boundikasana. So a moment to kind of punch your fist down, keep lifting, launch forward onto your left leg, kick that right leg back, lengthening and kicking. We're here just for 3. Back to warrior 1 and 2. And 1, stepping away back. Inhale, warrior 1, find the pose. Exhale, warrior 2 to the back. Inhale, straighten your front knee. Exhale, triangle, Trikonasana. Inhale, high pyramid, good. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. All right, keep your ears open. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, warrior lunge to the front. Right? Left hand stays inside. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, warrior 2. Good. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, low lunge and pause. Here's where we're going to set up that lizard. So bring your hand into the inside of your left foot, walk your left foot way out, right? Or, out to the outer edge of your mat. You can come down to your back knee, untuck your toes, and just settle. Give yourself a few breaths to just be open, right? Maybe this is the best option for you today, is to work on some deep compression here or opening. Right? There's no expectation. Doing a different version of the posture doesn't make it better, right? That's such like an important thing that our yoga practice helps undo in a lot of our culture, is it stops making this performative or competitive, right? Let it be curious, be open. You might stay here or engage your back leg, tuck your toes under, right? Maybe that deep lunge feels powerful and good. Maybe you like that stretch in your toes, right? Bring your left shoulder then underneath your left arm and pause. This is all about the foundation. Strong through your feet, your legs, even your pelvis. Maybe you just bring your right arm out. All right. Maybe you bring both. Maybe you interlace your fingers, right? So lots of different things you can do. Stay strong through your legs. You got this. We're here just for 3. Low lunge in 2. And 1. Lizards, variations. Let's all come back into low lunge. Push through your hands. Inhale, 3-legged left leg lifts. Exhale, scorpion or scorpion to flip. Your choice. Give it a moment. Nice. And then flip it back, Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Your choice. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Last little push here. Listen. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it all the way through, low lunge and pause. We haven't done any of these lunging steps today, so just notice if that was a big transition. Ground through your foot, back heel down, inhale, warrior 1. Good. Option to stay or interlace all 10 fingers behind your back or grab your strap. Right, you might say just like this, press through your feet, lift your chest, take a breath in. Exhale, humbling warrior. Right shoulder towards your right knee and breathe. Ujjayi. I'm gonna stay for a good 5 or so breaths, so root into it. Ujjayi Pranayama. We're here just for 3. Warrior 1 and 2. And 1. Inhale, back up. Warrior 1. Good. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your hands, frame your right foot. Left hand stays. Inhale, open twist and breathe. Right? You might say just like this, we've been here before, or Vashisthasana, the side plank. Roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. Yeah, you might take some creativity here with your leg variation. You might come to your knee or your forearm. A few more breaths, find your pose, own it. One more, breathe in. Exhale, Chaturanga or skip it. Meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. One more side and then we're on the ground. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it all the way through to lunge and pause. Right, couple breaths for everyone just to assist their left leg wherever it needs to be. Then as you're ready, back heel down, inhale, warrior one. Good. Exhale, interlace all 10 fingers and pause. Right, option to stay, punch your fist down, lift your chest. Right, if you want to move forward, start to bow forward, left shoulder towards your left knee for the humble warrior pose. Ujjayi breath. Right, and let yourself stay here for a minute. And can we be in union? Can we be in relationship with this posture without expectation, without grasping? Where can you stay soft? We're here just for 3. Lift your chest in 2 and 1. Inhale, back up, warrior 1. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your hands, frame your left foot, right hand stays. Inhale, left arm reaches, pause. Nice good twist. Maybe you stay, or maybe push so much into your right hand, you roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. Left leg stacks, right? Your version, take support where you need it. Ujjayi, stay with it just for 3. Chaturanga in 2 and 1. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a breath out. Good. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Belly down Shavasana. Let's take a few breaths. So we'll just do a couple of belly down back bends. And then we'll start to work into some more restorative stuff. Always okay to chill here on your belly if you need a little bit more time, or if you want to keep moving on, join us in Cobra Pose, right? So chin back to center, zip your legs together, right? Press the tops of your feet down into the mat, right? So the legs are very engaged here. Little to no weight in your hands. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest and breathe, like lengthening the sternum forward and up. And stay, again, long enough so you can really let the body give you some feedback about where this is happening, right? What is the sensation? Be open to what you notice, right? Give it one more full breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Good. Either cheek to the mat. You can let your glutes relax, your legs relax. Take a couple breaths. An option to stay here in rest, or I'm going to cue bound locust today. Option to do another round of cobra too. Bring your chin back to center, interlace your fingers behind your back. Right? Again, that little bend in the elbows, shoulder blades up, back and together. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. And then exhale, kick your feet off the mat. Good. And breathe into it. It's a lot. Right? Notice what's happening. Smooth and calm here with your breath, just for 3. Lower down in 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead and lower down, belly down, Shavasana. Awesome. Next breath or so, you can use your hands, push yourself up through tabletop, and then swing your legs out long in front of you. Let's have a seat. Do one forward bend to counteract some of that back bending. So you're welcome to bring your legs out long in front of you for Paschimottanasana. You also might like Baddha Konasana, bound angle, soles of the feet together. So your choice, right? From here, use your hands to kind of move your butt out from underneath you. Let your pelvis tilt forward. Big breath in. Then exhale to fold. Good. Breathe wherever you are. Noticing today if this feels like a posture you want to be more passive in. Do you feel like pulling and being a little bit more active? The postures, right, they're always, sort of like these forms or containers or archetypes, right, that we have an opportunity to be in with different energetic intention, right? The forward bend is always the forward bend, but how we practice the forward bend and how we come into relationship is really where our personal yoga, like our magic, is going to happen. So even just noticing in a posture like this that we do like pretty much every class, right? When we let go of expectation that it needs to be a certain thing, or we need to touch our toes, or that it should always be this way, just noticing what your body needs. Does it need a little push? Does it need a stronger boundary? And knowing that all things, can pretty much be right here. And start to lift your chest up. Let's come all the way onto the back. Bend your knees, soles of the feet flat to the floor, so you're in sort of an active rest. Supine, right? The entire back body, the head, everything nice and heavy on the floor. Knees bent, soles of the feet flat to the floor. Right ankle to the left knee for a supine figure 4 stretch here. You could invite your left leg in as close to your body as you like, interlacing your fingers behind your thigh or your shin. And you might stay just like this, or you might cross your right leg all the way over your left, almost like you were going to do an eagle legs, and then grab your shins or your legs and then pull your legs closer towards you. Yeah, so it's just a way to kind of target the outside of the hip, the IT band area, the glute, right? So just a little bit of a deeper kind of compression and stretch there. If it's not for you, don't worry about it. Colin is sharing with me that his body really likes it. So yeah, some of us like those good deep hip stretches, but for others, it might not be the best thing. Everyone gets to be themselves. Unravel your legs, keep your knees in at center and drop them to the left for a supine twist. Yeah, so knees can hang heavy over to the left there, chest and shoulders stay neutral. We'll stay for a few breaths. And these are kind of our closing postures. So if you feel like you want to close your eyes, you're welcome to. There's not going to be a whole lot of fancy business. You can start to really focus on ground, and letting things restore a little bit after all of that yang, vinyasa, all of those strong warrior poses that you did. And bring the knees back through center and give yourself a little hug maybe. How about an Ananda Balasana if you're feeling it? Yeah. Happy baby, yeah. And then we're going to do that all on the other side. Soles of the feet flat to the floor, left ankle to your right knee for a supine figure 4. You can invite your right leg in as close to your body as you like, or not at all. And you might stay just like this, or cross your left leg all the way over your right, kind of like you want to get your knees together, like if you were crossing your legs when you're sitting. You're going to kind of hug that structure in towards your body. Yeah, some people grab their ankles, some people might grab their knees. And unraveling that, knees together, drop them all the way over to the right this time. Head and neck can stay neutral or look over your right shoulder, or your left shoulder rather. And take just a few more breaths here in this twist. And gathering your knees back through center. You can give yourself one more hug here. Maybe wrap your arms around your knees. All Uttanasana with each other. Let's find one more full breath in. And exhale, final Shavasana, right? Any resting posture is fine. You can lay on your back or your side or your belly. Welcome to close down your eyes. As we settle into this posture, I'm going to spend just like a minute or here kind of riffing on it, just kind of in line with our idea or conversation, our internal conversation of aparigraha, non-attachment, also kind of right non-accumulation of attachments, of karmas. Our posture here, Shavasana, is the corpse pose, and there's many ways we could consider the intention of this posture or how to come into relationship with it. But today, understanding that one of the major archetypes of the posture of the teacher is death, right? That everything is impermanent. And in our yogic philosophy, there's a belief that whatever we are attached to at the time of our death will carry with us into our next life. So maybe considering here, just if there's anything you are able to let go of, no expectation, no attachment. Can we love the things that we love in life with appreciation, without grasping? Can we come into relationship with the things that aren't so easy without aversion, right? Non-attachment, letting whatever happened in your practice settle and land, let it go, being open to, right, new possibility. We'll stay just for a few more moments. I'm going to call this up and out when it's time. Of course, if you have more time, please take more time. If you're ready to transition out of class with us, you might invite a deeper breath. Maybe a little movement in your fingers and your toes. If it feels good, you can reach your arms up overhead. Take that full body stretch, full belly breath. You can take the next couple of moments to strategize your way to a seat, and we'll close out class together. Awesome. And from a seat, right, take the time to maybe give yourself a gesture, right, of appreciation. That might mean closing your eyes or bringing your hands to heart center. I like to close out, of course, with the traditional Angeline Mudra. In our yogic context, it represents non-dualism, right? This idea that seemingly oppositional forces can and do join and unite and come together, right, in the compassionate center of the heart, left and right, above and below, you and me, beginning and end. You can send yourself a moment of acknowledgement for showing up to your mat, doing the work. And if it feels okay, just as you sense your own self, opening up your mind, right? Your mind and your heart to the other folks that are here in our community today, and just sending each other little bit of prayers, right, of health and well wishes and resiliency and joy and creativity and insights. May we all find, right, some non-attached goodness, right, in our day today. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, right? We'll bow forward, seal in the practice. Om Shanti, Om peace, peace, peace. All right. Thanks, Colin. Thank you, friends. I'll come over here to... Thank you, Lucy. Our dog was very, very active during class. It was very distracting because she's so cute. She was snoring and making really weird sounds. Her tongue was like hanging out of her mouth. Anyway, thanks, you guys. I'm going to put my Venmo in the chat. Oops. But I think everyone knows me. I don't really need to give the spiel. Just remember that your participation and your agency in this community is how it exists. So thank you so much for being here. Please reach out if you need anything. Come to yoga study, or if you are like, I don't want to come to yoga study, but I like what you mentioned, or you want some resources or things like that, just, I'm always here to support your practice. I like live for it. When I get emails from somebody who's like, hey, I wanted to know about the Bhagavad Gita, I will like give you everything I have. Like, I'm dying to talk to you about yoga. So I'll put my email in there too. And you can follow up with me if you feel inspired. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks, Thank
Emily.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Amelia. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. Bye, Darcy. Nice to see you. Cute.
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Karen. Great to see you, honey. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Do you have a second if we're the last two?
Yeah,
okay if not, I can email you.
I think there's one more person still here.
Yeah, it looks like they might be frozen.
Yeah, it might be frozen. Yeah, I have a couple minutes. What's up?
Okay, so I work for this racial justice organization now called Be an Ally, and I was wondering if we could collaborate for dope moments by chance. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you looking to do?
Well, so we want to start up. I saw this person that does it's like a cult of the moon, and it's like a subscription service, and like they like talk about the moon cycle and everything. And I was like, well, we could do this for racial justice, because we're called Be an Ally. So we're trying to like help people become better allies, work through their racism. So I was thinking, I don't know if you could support us through dope moments. We don't have funding yet. But we're established over the summer. And so we've been trying to make it work our way up, and like, yeah. We're also thinking of like having like a, basically we want to do like a monthly, like kind of subscription, like donation based, like undo your racism, and like send out like journal prompts, have like Zoom meetings or like Zoom and stuff, and possibly yoga, but we're not sure how. Like, well,
let me know how it unfolds. This is what's happening with Dope Moments right now, is nothing is happening with it. Really? Like just like getting people to come to class. We were working to raise money for Africa Town, and we did raise some money for them, but it was like energetically, like people were just not coming to class. We didn't have any volunteer opportunities because of COVID. Like it was just like, and so I felt like I couldn't really ask a lot of the teachers to keep teaching the class in rotation, because it was just like kind of like a vampire energetically, like it just wasn't working. And so I took over the class for a little bit, and I was like, just like thinking, the program is good. It's not the program. It's just like not how and what people need right now. You know what I mean? So actually I have a meeting on Thursday with one of the board members, and then Greta from Posers. Because I asked Greta to kind of help support me while we kind of navigate the programming, because I don't want to cancel it. I just want it to be different. So what we're going to do starting in January is we're going to offer more of like a sit where we share, whoever's facilitating will share like either an article or like a short passage from a book from, you know, something regarding racial justice, or we'll have like a criteria. We'll have like a set, we'll agreed upon like thing. Well, and then we'll read it, and then we're going to just sit. We're going to do like a 30-minute mindfulness sit, and then maybe like a 2-minute share at the end. I don't know. I need to talk to the board how they feel about us raising money for that. What we can do is instead of collecting it through posers, is anybody who comes to that specific program, we can say like, here's our org that we want to give a shout out today. And if you can donate $5-10, like, and we can do something like that. I also just want to say though, there are going to be teachers, like either when we can meet in community, or maybe we just do it on Zoom or whatever, that will teach a yoga class in support of an org. It just needs to be better organized. It needs to be promoted. It needs to be something that people will actually come to, and not this like redundant once a week. It almost started to feel a little performative for me. You know what I mean? Where I was all like, what the fuck are we doing? You know, like it just wasn't working.
Well, yeah, maybe we can link up too, because we were thinking of even like, we have like several ideas, but then we're like, let's just reach out and see like what we can make happen, because like we could even offer it to our staff members and be like, okay, we'll drop like $100. Any of our staff members can join this, because we aren't at the point where we can pay people, but we want to compensate them. We want like people to be able to heal, be able to talk about racial justice, all of that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, and all of that's so like connected to yoga. Like all of that has like so much like really logical and important and powerful crossover that like for sure, like of course always know like posers is a resource and a place for you to like talk about that kind of stuff. Or I know myself and probably any of the teachers that are on the schedule would be totally down to be like, I would love to donate an hour and teach a class for this cause. You know what I mean? Like everyone's gonna want to participate in it. It just needs to be more structured and definitely
well, maybe, and maybe we can be like kind of include it in our, like, see if we can like collaborate and be like, this is dope moments with Be an Ally.
Plus,
and
totally.
Then, like, bring it together. So we bring the people, you bring the yoga, and we just, because that's the ultimate goal. Like, we'll find funding other ways. It doesn't need to be about that, but we want, to be able to offer the community stuff.
We want culture.
We want culture.
That's how I feel. I'm just sort of like, I can continue like every like 3 months to like send Africa Town between $300 and $400. Like that is awesome. That's a wonderful thing to be a part of.
Yes.
Is it really making an impact? Like, am I as facilitator really becoming less racist because I send this organization money? You know, like it's not wrong, but like I'm just sort of like, this needs to be more about, doesn't, you know, everyone's going to come with their own diverse backgrounds and all that stuff, but like I like the idea of Dope Moments being more of a container for just culture and access around people who are interested in investing their energy into this work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and that's what we're trying to like find now too, because so it's like basically we're an organization that's mainly like Black led and Black founded, and so it's, I feel like they're struggling, like our audience is mainly like white people, so we're struggling to make that gap too. And like but then we have staff members that would be interested in doing actual yoga and like having that conversation with like having conversations with people. And we just have amazing conversations, just even in our like after our meetings, every meeting it's like we have this like crazy long deep conversation. I'm sure there's people that would like, we can both share like our resources of both of those things. And our whole website is like just anti-racism resources. So
that's
whatever
so
you're
dope.
looking for, you can
Will you email it to me?
I'll email you the website right now.
Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm glad it was easier for me to say it than like email it for some reason.
Try to put it in, I know emails can be so like weird and formal too. No, totally. But now if you do put it in an email, I'll know what you're talking about.
Okay, great. Yeah. Sounds good. And I'll talk more to my boss, like about like what she really envisions, like how she really wants to move forward with that. So
yeah. Well, and I think another thing too, just I know with the board on dope moments and stuff is something that we just all are trying to kind of reconcile is like, how do you really become a good ally?
yeah,
You know, like what does that really fucking mean?
that's really what we want to be like. We're trying to revamp our website, so it's like take these 5 steps and you're like, you are an ally. Ally is a verb though, and you're doing the work, so you're showing.
Right, it's active, like yoga.
Exactly,
like love.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like, so it's like, yeah, it is donation. Yeah, it is unlearning your racism. Yeah, it is having these hard conversations. Like it's all of it, and
it's all of that.
This is how we move forward. Yeah.
Cool. I'm really excited for you. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's good for me to know too, because I'm always looking for, you know, different ways that I can learn. And
yeah, totally. It's been amazing to be a part of and like just do the research even for it. Like I'm learning so much, like just looking into stuff, being curious. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm so glad you've been in class.
I know, it's been lovely. I'm so glad I'm finally like coming back. I've been the whole quarantine I wanted to, and I'm like, okay, I finally can do it.
Awesome.
Thank you. So
great to see you, honey. Yeah, totally. Be in touch. I'll see you soon.
I will. Bye.
Bye.